Do. Welcome back to BjjBrick Quick. My name is Byron. This is the podcast where we talk about a BJJ-related topic for just a little while. Today, I'm going to be telling you a little bit about my Nogi game. I do gi and no-gi jiu-jitsu kind of with blinders on. I don't go to class today or wait for class tomorrow because it's gi or no-gi. With my schedule and trying to juggle a few other things, I really go train when it's open for me to train. And if it's 3 gi classes in a row or 5 no-gi classes, or I haven't done no-gi in 2 weeks, like that's all okay with me. I'm not going to avoid going because it's the wrong type of class. I'll tell you a little bit about my no-gi game, and as I do this, I realize I'm no jiu-jitsu celebrity. I want you to think about your no-gi game and how it differs, maybe what you like to do, or maybe aspects of the game that you really like compared to gi jiu-jitsu. My favorite choke without the gi is probably my arm in guillotine. And I learned this from the guard position, and I actually prefer it and probably get more of them from a passing position, almost like a near passing of a half guard. That's probably my most common submission. My favorite position in no-gi is back control. I mean, it's hard to argue with that. It's a dominant position. It does take a bit of energy for me to maintain back control. It's not a real relaxed place for me. So if I'm on someone's back for a couple minutes in a round, and then I do that again the next round, and then again I feel it in my legs, and they start to perform a little less, that's okay. It's my favorite position, but it's not. I think I could run it with a little bit less intensity or a little less energy coming, especially out of my legs. And sometimes the grip fighting adds up a little bit, even with the no-gi, trying to grab the back of their hands and control, to prevent them from grabbing my hands and to breaking grips and working underneath their neck, underneath their jaw. That wears on you. My worst part of my no-gi game, as I sit here and think about it, is it's probably the leg lock game. And I'm not terrible at leg locks. I'm not particularly fearful of leg locks. I train with people who are very responsible with them, and that's really with all submissions. Nothing particularly special about leg locks. So I do feel good about that. It's just the people I train with, and probably the best leg locker would be Gary, especially in no-gi. When I escape an attack on my foot, he has another one, and I have to escape that one. And that one's usually more difficult than the first one to get out of. And then if I get out of that one, he's got another thing behind it. And so I end up in a leg entanglement that's a system that I will run into a problem. And I know this, and sometimes it doesn't happen that way. I get out of the first one, and the position has dissolved, and I'm good to go. But as a jiu-jitsu player, looking at my game, if I attempt a leg lock, I either get it or I don't. But I don't have that second attack in the system. I don't have real good ways to deal with somebody. As far as leg lock positions, I prefer the 50-50. I'm more comfortable there. I've studied it more. It's been several years there, or several years since I've done that work on that. I haven't updated my leg lock game much since then. I'm not comfortable inverting just due to wanting to avoid injuries on my neck and back. And that might be an unjustified fear or concern of mine, but it just hasn't been a passion of mine. I'm much more happy hunting for necks than feet. The problem, and I don't want to cover this extensively, very much longer, but when they say leg locks are really pretty dangerous, the problem is when you're escaping them. If you escape them wrong, you often make it much worse right away. If you escape my choke wrong, you just get choked a little more. If a lot of escapes have to do with you rolling or twisting, and if you roll or twist the wrong way, you've just leg locked yourself. And so that's why it's really dangerous to apply leg locks to people who, for lack of a better word, are confused about that, who don't know the proper way to escape, but they still want to escape. Eventually, you're going to end up with a hurt training partner doing that. But that's, I don't know, I'm getting off topic here, and I want to stay on top and keep it pretty short. My favorite pass, or no, it's not my favorite pass, not my best pass at all, but what I'm working on now is a body lock pass. And a lot of times that will lead me to the back, which is my favorite position. So evaluate your game. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? How could you change your game or learn something new that will funnel your game to your favorite positions or submissions? Like my body lock pass will help me get to the back control more often. That's going to be a great addition to my game. Do you have a topic I should cover in BjjBrick quick? Send it in. BjjBrick@gmail.com is a pretty easy way to do that. BjjBrick is Patreon supported, but not the quick episodes. Those are on the house. If you would like to add to the conversation, comment. The easiest way is going to be on our Facebook page on this episode. We'd love to hear what you think. Maybe I missed something. Tell us about your Nogi game. Till next time, stay sweaty, my friends.